Alright, you guessed it, it's the huge movie Fanatics back at you. Well, what we just did was a trailer review for The Amazing Spider-Man, so I thought it only made sense as long as we're on a hell of a trailer review roll to do the trailer review for The Dark Knight Rises. Gotcha! And we're doing a trailer review for Dark Knight Rises. I like hearing what he has to say first, so take it away, Joe.
Name's Matt. The Dark Knight Rises. Let's talk about the poster first. The poster,
okay.
Because the poster is essentially what the trailer is.
Teaser, poster. Yeah, actually it's a teaser, poster, and teaser trailer.
Yeah, and they're essentially the same thing. But the teaser poster, the first time I saw it, the skyward shot of the Gotham skyline from ground level making the bat signal, I first looked at that and I was like, that's kind of stupid. And then I looked at it again and I was like, that's not half as stupid as I thought it was. And then I looked at it again and I'm like, this is brilliant. I can't wait for this movie.
Was that all within like a minute's time?
It was in about 5 minutes, yeah. I was like, this is stupid. Dad, look at this. And then I was like, actually that isn't too bad.
It's not too bad, so I'll look at it again.
No, I looked at it and I was like, actually that's not as bad. And Dad was like, no, that's pretty good. And then I sent it to my friend Mark and I was like, check out this amazing poster. Yeah, the poster looked really cool. Now, let's cut to the movie.
Okay, that was Matt's Dark Knight Rises teaser poster review, now to the trailer.
Now to the trailer. The trailer is essentially the poster. It's just...
it moves.
It's a poster that moves with shots from Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, and I thought they tied it in better. It certainly was a better teaser than the one for the Dark Knight was, with just the bat signal and the dialogue from the Joker that would have
really?
scattered.
I don't remember. I might not have seen it.
Check it out. It's kind of lame. But I was so not excited for that movie until I saw the first full trailer of that movie. But anyway, what I think really works really well is you see all this images from the previous movies and you hear Liam Neeson talking, and then you see Commissioner Gordon, who last we left, he was sort of like the one standing hero at the end of the movie, because Batman rides off into nothingness essentially, and Harvey Dent, our other main hero, was lying dead on the ground. Spoiler, sorry. And then
everyone's seen it.
Probably. So then we have Commissioner Gordon in a hospital bed, wheezing. You can hardly understand what he's saying. I will say, it took me 2 views in a theater to finally understand what he said. But it was just kind of a jarring shot, seeing this person who was standing so proud and tall at the end of the previous movie being a crumpled, gnarled mess on a bed.
He's not really crumpled and gnarled, he's just laying there.
Well, I'm assuming he will be crumpled and gnarled.
When they add the special effects.
When they add the special effects around. And then you just get the quick wisps of Bane, and I think Bane looked kind of cool. He doesn't wear the stupid gimp mask that he did in Batman and Robin, which I think is a plus. And then you do have the really kind of badass shot of Batman standing there, and he sort of backs up a bit, and you see as Bane walks into the frame, and he's just this hulking bastard. Essentially, that's basically all the trailer is. So it's basically just glimpses, but it did whet my appetite enough to be like, I want to see where this next trailer is going to go, and I want to see where this movie's going to go. Because Bane is sort of one of those characters that isn't really all that interesting as seen in the previous movie. In the comic books, he's a very interesting kind of character, and I want to see how they utilize the character in this movie, but they cast a guy who, from my recollection, isn't all that tall. He was Tom Hardy, who was in Inception. He was the accent.
The one with that accent. Well, we all have accents. What accent did he have?
He was British.
Okay.
And he had this gorgeous head of hair, too, and in this he's bald. And he didn't look all that muscular, so I was like, why did they cast him? And seeing the movie, they did what I'm assuming is probably forced perspective to make him look like just this hulking figure, and I was sort of impressed just with the...
What is it with all the Inception people being in Dark Knight Rises? Is that some kind of conspiracy? How many are in there?
I guess he just really liked it. Most of the cast is back, except for Ellen Page, I think, and the gentleman who died, who was in the bed, and died in real life. Hemsworth, he's a British actor. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I thought the trailer looked kind of cool. It whet my appetite, and I didn't love Batman Begins. I'd give it about 2.5. The Dark Knight I did very, very, very much love. I think that's one of the best comic book movies to be made, so I'm excited to see where Part 3 goes.
What do you think? Do you think Dark Knight Rises? I mean, do you think? I mean, it feels like in a lot of ways that the Christopher Nolan's first two Batman movies, for me, are very similar to Spider-Man, where the first one's kind of cool and the second one's just like, whoa. Yeah. Do you think that the only direction possible to go is down from Dark Knight? I mean, how can...
It's going to be hard to top the Dark Knight. I mean, that's just it. Like, I think there's a way you could go to take it.
To maybe at least kind of be on the same tier, maybe not so far down, but I mean, I think topping it is almost like...
Pretty much, once you make a sequel as good as The Dark Knight was,
2,
or...
I mean, Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2 or The Dark Knight, or if you want to even go back like to the 80s, Aliens. Like, you make sequels that are just so good, you hit the point of no return where you can't top it.
Yeah.
But I will say this, if there was one person who could probably top it, I'd say Christopher Nolan has a strong-ass head on his shoulders. He could possibly make it work, and I want to see where he goes with it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know what the theme of this one is going to be, because all of the movies that he's made with the Batman franchise, all two of them, are boiled down to a single word. And the first one, Batman Begins, boils down to fear. The whole movie was about inspiring fear. Batman wanted to inspire fear. The Scarecrow was inspiring fear. The Mob was inspiring fear, or taking the fear of Batman. And the second one was chaos. Joker was the promotion of chaos.
Okay, maybe this will just be... Yeah, I don't know what this is.
I don't know
what will the word be for this one?
Yeah, that's the question.
Just amazing. I mean, actually, no, that goes with Spider-Man. So it'll just be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Probably, most likely, is going to be the word that's used for The Dark Knight Rises. I thought Dark Knight was, good. I thought that I didn't love it as much as everyone else. I mean, I can. It's funny because I can see why everyone loves it, but I just don't respond with the way they do. That's the way that goes. Batman Begins, I didn't really necessarily like too much because it was too much origin, but I respected it for what it did.
Yeah.
I thought it was good for what it did. I like Dark Knight more just because it's like Batman from the very beginning instead of like you gotta wait like what? Batman Begins is like hour and 15 minutes in before he even puts on the cowl or whatever. So I'm not really so much interested in Bruce Wayne's. They did it in Batman Begins. They did it fantastic.
It's just a job.
It's just my personal preference and my taste and what I want to see. It's all what it boils down to. I'm not like I was for Scream 4. I'm not like eagerly anticipating The Dark Knight Rises. Will I see it? Yeah, I'll see it. And it'll be interesting to compare it to The Dark Knight, like I say, which would be really hard to top, but. I'm really not going to look at it in that regard. Luckily, I'm not a huge hardcore person who really gives a crap one way or another. I thought the trailer was less telling than the Amazing Spider-Man trailer, which we also reviewed, which is on this channel right now. Check it out. I thought that there really wasn't much to even really say for me about the Dark Knight Rises teaser, so I don't know why we're reviewing it, but he had a lot to say about it.
I did.
And the end does have a very kind of a moving version with sound of the teaser poster. It's at the end, right?
Yeah,
kind of like
where it pans up.
Yeah, see Christopher Nolan still got Inception in his mind. You can tell, and I wonder how much, if any of that's going to show in Dark Knight Rises at all. Another thing, want to comment real quick on the title, Dark Knight Rises? I mean, just the same title with another word added. What do you think?
Well, it's also essentially the same title as Batman Begins. I mean, it's another way of saying Batman Begins. But in the trailer, like what Gordon's talking about is the Batman needs to come back. The Batman has been gone for so long, and look what's happened to Gotham in the meantime.
Yeah.
And so it sort of makes sense that like Batman's to begin anew. Like
he has to rise.
Yeah, he has to rise. He needs to rise again. So like, I don't know. I was hoping it would be called something like Gotham or something else, just something a little different, or Arkham or something like that.
Yeah, because I mean we've got so many like Rise of the Silver Surfer and Rise of, I think there's other Rises, and it's just like, but whatever.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
See?
But yeah, I don't know. I'm fine. maybe I'll like it when I see the movie. Maybe it'll make sense when I see the movie. I thought Batman Begins was kind of a stupid title. I saw the movie and it kind of works. I saw The Dark Knight and I was like, why'd they take out the Batman? I mean, I know that's his other nickname, but why'd they do that? And then you see the movie and you totally understand why it's called The Dark Knight.
So maybe when you see Dark Knight Rises, you totally understand why it's called that. Very possible.
Homeboy dies and he rises up into heaven or something. I don't know. But there you have it.
Well, I guess until next time, I'm Matt. He's
Dave.
Catch you later.
I was going to go with Joe for a second there.